We get it. You look great today. The lighting is perfect. Why wouldn't you bless your followers with a selfie? Well, science has a reason, and Dan Riskin joins us for another edition of This Week in Science. Dan, let me just get to the business first. This comes from a study out of Washington State University. Researchers asked one group of students to look at the 30 most recent Instagram posts from another group of students. They then had the first group rate the second group on a bunch of personality attributes. What did they find, Dan Riskin?
Well, so scientists have always wanted to be able to show, I think everybody's wanted to show, people that take a million selfies are a bunch of narcissists, right? But the data don't bear it out. People that take selfies are just normal people, and you can't actually imply anything about their personality. But what this study shows is you form opinions of people based on selfies. So if you look at somebody's account and they have more selfies in their Instagram feed, you're going
to infer from that they are more narcissistic.
Yes, lower self-esteem, less adventurous, lonelier, less outgoing, that they would be a worse friend. Even though, as far as we can tell, none of these things are true.
Okay, so do researchers have a theory as to why we might sort of imbue those people with that negativity?
Well, you know, there's another part of the study that comes out, which is that if there are lots of pictures of you that other people took in your feed, they like that.
They like that. So
it almost has the opposite effect. So if you don't have any pictures of yourself, let's call that neutral. And then if you have a bunch of pictures of yourself that other people took, like you're with friends and somebody took the picture at the restaurant or whatever.
People like that.
People think you're outgoing, you're friendly, you have a high self-esteem, you'd be a good friend, all these great things. But if you took the picture yourself, and the worst one, Ben, don't ever do this, is if you take a fitness selfie. So if you're like, look at my abs, like look at this.
That's
people hate that.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
Even though it doesn't correlate with real differences in people, people hate it.
Does that have anything to do with someone looking at it and sort of, could there be jealousy involved?
Yeah, there could be. I mean, there are all kinds of different things that come into play, but what you're doing is communicating, right? And when you communicate, you have a sender, you have a receiver, there's a whole interplay there, and you got to think about your social media feed in that way. So if you really are trying to get the people on your feed to have certain opinions of you, selfies are working against you. And so this is the big take-home message. Science delivers. Make it a, they call it a posy instead of a selfie.
Oh, yeah, well, let's put this into action, though. So here's a picture of Dan in the studio. Yep. Okay, and here's the same picture, but in selfie form.
Yeah.
Can we go to this one? Okay, there we go.
Don't you hate that guy?
Okay, so with what we now know, so
my best duck lips.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. Yeah, have they broken it down? Because I think that the duck face is a real turnoff.
Yeah.
Are there certain? Have they segmented it by types of selfies as well?
They didn't do it by facial expression or presence or absence of duck lips, but they did do it in terms of. I mentioned the fitness selfie. If you have pictures where you're doing something, like where you're like, hey, we're all hiking a mountain together, or we're out at a concert together, that tends to be seen more favorably than just I'm by myself. Especially I'm by myself and look at my abs.
So I have a friend who she and all of her friends took a picture once at a restaurant, and you could clearly tell that they were well versed in Instagram, and each one believed they had a good side and a bad side.
And they're all turned?
Every one of them was turned in a different direction.
That's hilarious.
I'd never seen anything like it. I definitely formed an opinion based on that picture.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We do form opinions, and so this is a good way to know what opinions people will form based on what we put out there.
Dan Riskin, thank you so much for being here. We always have a very positive opinion of you, my friend.
Well, thank you very much. You're so nice.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.